Hey, what's up guys, Ollie here. So a lot of you keep asking, how do I edit my Instagram pics? What do I do to get the look that I get? You know, what apps do I use and stuff like that? I did do a video, actually, it's coming up to 2 years ago now. I did a video on how I edit my Instagram pics, but I think obviously I should probably do an updated one. So yeah, I've got my phone here in front of me. The only app I ever use is Visco. So yeah, I've got Visco open now. I basically got a few photos here, which I'm gonna show you how I edit, how I would edit and what I would do basically. So we'll start with this Uncharted picture first. So it's just a picture of a game case. Great game, by the way. I just played it recently. I've just finished it. But yeah, so as you can see, I've already organized my favorite presets. So I have A6, A8, A9, C2, F2, F3, HB1, HB2 and S2. For a picture like this, I'll probably go with something like HB2 maybe. Yep, I think that might be a bit too powerful though. So I'll bring it down a little bit. Maybe bring it down to like 9 or something, because usually I don't have my filters on full strength. I usually, you know, mess around with the sliders, see how much strength would look good. I always like to bring up the exposure a little bit, and as you can see, that's already made such a difference to the picture. You can tap to hold on the screen to show the difference. So see, here's the original and here's the edited picture, and you can also see that makes such a difference. So that's just one image that I've just done very quickly. You can see it really doesn't take long to edit these pictures. We'll do this one here. So this is a nice picture of a McLaren that I took when I was in London. So a filter which I usually use for sort of night scenes like this would be HB2 as well. But as you can see, it still looks pretty dark. And let's bring down the power actually of the filter, and then we'll bring up the exposure. So I always like to have quite a high exposure in my pictures. I think it usually makes them look cleaner and brighter, just more sort of engaging when you look at them. So we'll bring up the exposure maybe to 1.5 or something. And there you go. As you can see, that's already made such a difference. But I think the picture's still a bit warm. So I'll go to the temperature and I'll bring down the temperature just a little bit, not too much. I think that might be too much actually. Bring it down to maybe 0.5. And bang, there you go. The picture already looks a million times better. Obviously, when I hold onto the screen, you can see the original picture and then the edited picture. And you can see that already makes a massive difference. We'll do another picture, we'll do this one. So this picture, you can see it's already so dark. It's not very nice looking, it's just too dark. So straight away, I'll bring up the exposure. I'll bring up the exposure to maybe like 3, and then I'll use maybe A9. A9 is one of my favorite ones. I'll bring it down to like 9 maybe. Bring up the exposure maybe even a little, actually no, that might be too much. And I think, yeah, I think that's it, that's ideal. I think that's the ideal look I'd usually go for. You know, you can see the original, how dark and gloomy it looks, and then with the filter, it looks so much brighter and much more colourful, even though I haven't turned up the saturation. And then we'll do one final one. So this is going to be a much more subtle one. It's a picture I took down when I was in Brighton. So something like this, I may use A9 maybe. Yeah, let's just use A9, and then maybe bring up the exposure just a tad, and bang. It doesn't make a massive difference, but I think it makes a good enough difference that you can tell. You know, the colours are just a bit more cleaner. The image looks a bit cleaner as well. So yeah, I mean, Visco is my favourite app by far. It has everything that I need for editing photos. A lot of people obviously recommend other apps such as Snapseed and stuff like that. Usually I feel like those apps are for more kind of detailed editing, but when it comes to just adding filters and adjusting the exposure and things like that, I always use Visco. I don't really use any other app when it comes to uploading Instagram pictures. You're probably wondering what camera I use. I use a Panasonic GM1 with a 20mm f1.7 lens. I've done a video on that as well. I'll link to it in the description. So yeah, when it comes to Instagram, I just like to make edits as quickly as possible and upload them. I don't want to mess around or faff around with stuff really. You know, if I want to do very detailed edits, I usually take them onto my computer and do them in Lightroom or Photoshop. But that rarely happens. That rarely happens. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it gives you a sort of quick look at how I edit my pictures for Instagram. Thanks for watching.